What is up, everybody? Back here again with your From Season 3, Episode 1. Man, it's been a while. Season 3, Episode 1 review. In tonight's headlines, Tabitha in the real world confirmed. I don't want to hear about she dreaming. It was somebody else and it was a different reflection she did. Fuck out of here with those theories. Victor's father is also confirmed. No longer speculation and rumor. It's Victor's father, not his brother, not his cousin. It's his father. Ethan's actions were egregious in this episode. A goat, my boy. A goat. Epic verbal thrashing is coming in just a few. What are these Scarecrow figures? What was outside the hut of Jim and Kenny? I have an idea. We'll talk about that later. Last but not least, now hiring for the position of Fromily cook because Kenny's mom, like I stated before, is a pack. She's out of here. My thoughts on the gut-wrenching ending and more in this episode 301 review. Got your attention? Got it? Good. Let's get to it, y'all. I always feel like... Tell him, Elgin.
I feel like something is watching me.
It is I, the hidden hand responsible for everything going on in Fromland. Fromily, did you miss me? I missed you. Feel like it's been forever. I needed an excuse to use my little Apple reactions or whatever. But I did miss you. Send some hearts out for Kenny. Send hearts out for Kenny. Oh, man. Breaking Bad Kenny, episode 2. We're going to see anyway. I will be dropping those photos and my thoughts on the trailer after this video. So expect that as well. So, with that being said, we about to get into tonight's events. Feel like it's been a minute because it has an extended waiting period because of writers' strikes and things of that nature. But we back Fromily. Speaking of Fromily, my shirts are out now. I'll send you an image of it here. I haven't ordered mine yet. I'm going to order my shirt and my hoodie so they can come together, and they should be here by the next time, the next review. You should be seeing the shirt on me, of course. That being said, let's go ahead and get to things. Where should I start here? Let's start with hate. We start with hate here at the TheJHReview, the box award. Who is going in the box this episode? Now, in my community poll, I gave y'all 4 choices, and the townspeople that stole the food from Kenny's mom won the popular vote. Not my vote, though. The recipient of the box award from the TheJHReview will be Ethan. We starting off with you. Oh my God. Ethan, come here. Come here, Ethan. Let me talk to you, Ethan. Let me talk to you. I grab your neck if I was there. I grab his neck if I was there. Just choke him. We start off the episode, of course, with him going out into the forest, looking for his mom. That one I can understand. But I don't. A goat. That was. Well, I just said, throw this man in the box. We all did our little predictions. Nobody in the community was right. Nobody would have guessed that he went outside because of a goat. It would have been understandable if the grandma monster mimicked Tabitha's voice or did the whatever little hypnosis she did to Megan in episode 1. So I would have understood that, but neither one of those things happened. So the first strike, going out into the woods by yourself. Okay, it's daytime. shit, you still don't know what bear traps out there. You could have got caught in one of those bear traps, Ethan. So had that going on. Of course, you got what happened with the massacre. More on that later. And what bothered me the most was Ethan got in grown folks' business. Boyd, Jim, Boyd, Donna, and Miss Lou. They're talking, right? He just walks in the door while they're discussing pertinent information. While they're handling grown folks, but he just walks in, and then he wants to be mad about the goat. And then this goat thing, I felt like they just came out of nowhere with this whole relationship with the goat. I guess you could go back in season 1. He was playing with the animals when Sarah was about to turn his music box off. So that's about the closest we got, but I don't think there really was a focus as far as this is my buddy Alma. What was it? Alba, whatever the goat name was. Let's throw the goat in the box along with him. But that's the hate for the day. We throwing Ethan in the box. I don't care if he's a child. I'm not throwing the cape on for him. It's season 3. You've been here long enough to know the game. No excuses. Let's throw Ethan in the box. If you agree, maybe hit that like button. Okay. Now that we got that out the way, let's go MVP. MVP, I gotta give it to, and I might be biased, my guy, the milkman. I don't know, the milkman turned up in this episode. Justice for the milkman. The milkman finally got some screen time that I've been asking for so long. He came in, gutted that cow. So Peter is not going to be happy with this episode. Right? So along with that, you had Grandma Monster, the cowboy. I guess you say as a collective, the monsters were the MVP of this episode. Because yeah, man, they were real strategic, and they upped it another level. Now, I wouldn't say this is something new that they did. That's where I got for some reviews that I looked at and comments that they just did this out of nowhere. When did the monsters get smart? The monsters have always been this way. We just haven't seen it on camera. These are the same people that took Kelly out in the forest, jammed some rebar in her head, made her watch as they killed her boyfriend. So this is their whole thing. We're just now seeing it. Except this time, Boyd had to watch. So get into that towards the end of this review. All right, so let's get into our first highlight here. We're going to be talking about Tabitha. Real world confirmed. It's not she was dreaming. She's dead. They're gonna find her at the tower. She's in the wheelbarrow. She's in the real world. I've been saying it since the ending of season 2. Now we can put this ish to bed, please. But yes, Tabitha is in the real world. She wakes up from the hospital. She escapes a little too easily, I might add. So there's a nitpick if you want to add one. She sees the boy in white. I don't think this is the boy in white for real. I think she's just seeing things. Mine probably playing tricks on her, things of that nature. So I don't think the boy in white can traverse between the real world and Fromlands. I'll just throw that out there. But it was nice seeing the boy in white, I guess. Even though this is not the same boy in white, he looks younger than the one that pushed her out the window. I guess they changed actors. I don't know. Honestly, we see the boy in white as a man in the on the picture or whatever during the intro. So why not keep the same actor and just let him progress. That was my theory ending last season, is that every time we see the boy in white, he'll eventually get older and age more. So I think that's a perfect excuse. We already see the boy in white as a man in one of the pictures. So, but anyway, seems like a totally different actor. Tabitha calls her mom, which I understand, but at this point, maybe she needs to keep a low profile as possible. But I understand her wanting her to talk to her mom. That might backfire on her. The mama might call the police. Hey, I saw my daughter, and then that starts a chain of events. As far as the authorities looking for her, I assume she's eventually going to meet Acosta, right? So we got that going on. I also want to go back to the puzzle that Ethan was working on. I think it was the same as the town. So, but what I wanted to go back to was season 1, season 2. Jade was talking about having the pieces of a puzzle, having the wrong pieces, things of that nature. I kind of saw that kind of going on in this episode, I guess you could say, with Jim and Kenny and the spider webs. He said we would see the spider webs, and we don't know when the whatever it was dragged them wherever they were at. So how would Boyd know where to send them when he doesn't know how far he was drugged? So they're going off misinformation. And then, of course, towards their part of the episode, when they're in the cabins, Jim is just like, you know what, let's just go back. I thought that's what that puzzle meant, so to say. Everybody has these pieces, but don't know how to put them together. So I thought that was a good metaphor. At least that was my thinking. And then to wrap up, I guess let's just say the first part. I'll save the whole meeting her dad thing a little bit later on, but the real world confirmed. But I'll talk about that a little bit later, and when she meets with the preacher. Speaking of preachers and fathers, what is Father Khatri, or this thing disguised as Father Khatri? I didn't like his wording when Boyd asked him, "What are you?" And he was like, "I'm afraid I can't tell." Why can't you tell him? Why can't you tell him, Father Khatri? I'm starting to think it's giving me smoke vibes. It's giving me smoke monster vibes. This may be an agent of the entity. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if he's helpful to Boyd. At first, I thought maybe this is Boyd's inner thoughts, manifested as Khatri. But I don't know. This Father Khatri is real combative. So I don't know. I just got an eerie feeling about this Father Khatri apparition that we are seeing. But we'll see. Right now, he's leaning towards the evil side for me. He's giving me the smoke box about. Y'all tell me who y'all think Father Khatri is. Fake Father Khatri. Yeah. Next up, gonna talk about this famine going on in town. Of course, we got the people. It's public knowledge that they're running out of food. And of course, they got the goods down in Miss Lou's basement. I better not see any of you at that funeral next episode. It's probably gonna be one of y'all there, but yeah, they did her dirty, man. They ransacked the house, take all the food. That's pretty much it. What are y'all gonna do when all this food is gone? Y'all did all that for nothing. All right. Then we get Randall. He's taking Alma. Is that the name of the goat, Alma? So yeah, he's finna take the goat for a stroll. Was he finna butcher it? I'm like, do you have any butchering skills? What's going on? So he's of course trying to take the goat. Boyd comes in after Victor pulls the scrap out on him, which I thought was a highlight of the episode. Victor and the stick. So yeah, he stops Victor from shooting Randall, of course, and that dies down. Then we hop over to the scene where Boyd, Donna, and Miss Lou, they're talking. Miss Lou comes up with a good idea. Go out further, find different soil, and grow the crops. So that may come into play. She may have left them with a golden nugget of information before she passed. So we'll see if they put that plan into place, but they're going to have to move beyond the town. That's where it seems like this is going. It's like the town is a dead end, and you're going to have to go out and go find something else. So that's what we got going on as far as the famine is concerned. And then, of course, I already talked about Ethan at the beginning of this review. He walks in on grown folks' business when you need to have your ass outside. Why are you walking in people's conversation? All right. So, of course, Ethan overhears that about killing the animals, things of that nature. And Boyd has a heart-to-heart with him. I thought initially this was going to be him talking about Tabitha being gone. But it's about a goat. Once again, who would have predicted, right? Let's talk about what Jim and Kenny are doing out in the forest. These Scarecrow stick figures, whatever have you. So, of course, they go out. We get this cabin. We get the stick figures. They spend the night there. And they hear footsteps in the dark. Do I think it was a creature? Possibly, but if it was a creature, I don't think they would have just walked around the hut. They probably would have knocking on our doors. Hold on.
My blood is
My
your
bad.
blood.
Wrong one.
All you fucking do is knock on our doors. Knock on our fucking windows. You want to play games?
They would have been doing some of that, but I don't think it's the creatures. So it could be a human that resides in that place, maybe snuck around, see what was going on. Or I don't know if this is likely to happen, and I think this would look weird trying to replicate this on camera. The stick figures come to life at night. And they're walking around the huts. And so if we see an actual Scarecrow just walking around, it's going to look weird. I don't know how they would pull that off. It'd be like, what's his name? The Marvel cat, the Groot, something like that. So yeah, that's what I think was going on, possibly going on with this area that they went to. But of course, a little bit later on, Jim finally decides that he's not about that life. Let's go back into town. And so they pretty much went out there for nothing, but it seems like they're going to go out again according to photos that have been released. So we'll see what's going on with the stick men sooner or later, or whoever put it there. Anything else? No, that's pretty much it. And this next segment, where's my drop?
You know what, motherfucker? I ain't here to pray.
That might as well is what Tabitha should have said when she went to the preacher. Jesus, what was the purpose of you going to the church? Is I don't believe in God. If God made this place, and whatever she said. So she was sounding a whole lot like Boyd, losing faith or lacking faith. And also she said, when she left, she said, I have to go. We're drawing up the paperwork right now. We're taking you to court, Tabitha. I didn't like that. I didn't like how you stole Boyd's swag there. Yeah, I peeped that. But anyway, the priest, he was giving me strange vibes, like he already knew what the deal was. Maybe he heard of stories of Victor and it sounded familiar to him or something like that. But he definitely was. It was like he was familiar with what she was talking about. And then he was asking about her child. So yeah, he was prying a little too much, and he just gave off like he knew something. But yeah, I don't know if we're gonna see the priest again, but I don't know. He gave me strange vibes. But then after this, of course, she looks in the lunchbox to see Victor's address, and I wouldn't have predicted this. I thought the whole point of the lunchbox was to have the drawing, to take it to Eloise. I still think they have Eloise in the back pocket. I don't think she's dead. I think she's out here somewhere, but it wasn't that. She saw the address in Victor's box, and she went to see Victor's father, who is confirmed. It's not Victor's brother, not Victor's cousin, Victor's father, right? And now that I see the actor up close and personal, the age does seem right. So with that being said, other than that, he just asked where you got the box from, and then the next episode we'll get more of a deeper conversation between the two. He still don't look like he's gonna be a happy camper. I don't know. He's giving me abusive father vibes. I don't know why. Anyway, so yeah, we'll find out more about Victor's father, but yeah, it's Vic's dad. Getting towards the end here. Let's talk about these wet dreams that Elgin had. And at first, I thought it was Fatima, but after seeing the full body image, I don't think this is her at all. I think it's just I guess you could say another historic figure, like Jade saw the Civil War soldier or whatever. Elgin is seeing this. It looked like an old time Japanese lady or something like that, with the attire that she has. So something's going on. Maybe with the Brundles, water keeps being a common theme as far as the dreams he's having. But yeah, I don't see this being Fatima. But I mean, it's still possible. It's still possible. But what kind of sold me was the attire that she has. Now, in season 2, when Elgin was in the tub, you can only see the top half, and it looks like one of those floral shirts that she wears. But just seeing the whole get up right here, this seems like something totally different. So that's why I'm going with Elgin's wet dream. I don't think it's Fatima. Now, let's get to the main event. It was an ambush. Boy, I'm so disappointed, boy. I almost want to throw Boyd in the box. What? He could have let them animals go and could have got about in daytime. Where were they going? I just don't understand. But we do get him in the he's in the post office, and we get his hand shaking, and I'm thinking, okay, the Parkinson's is gone. It looked like it's back now. I'm guessing when he transferred the worms to old buddy, I think that was what was keeping the Parkinson's away. Not the spider bite, but the worms. So anyway, him and Jade have a drink. I know I haven't really talked about Jade that much in this episode. I don't really want to talk about Jade until he finds answers. He annoyed me in this episode as well. I don't want to talk about it right now. I'm still thinking about it. You need to hurry up. I'm not trying to let too many F-bombs fly. All right. So yeah, he looks out the window. he sees the cows and the sheep. They're out in the street being let out by the monsters, of course. And yeah, first we get Milkman, and then Milkman was after Grandma. We get the scene with Grandma. She pops up. Of course, we know why. Ethan opened the door. It wasn't because of a goat. So he put his sister in danger because of a goat. Anyway, so yeah. Grandma ensues, chases that, well, not chase, walks after them. And this part of the episode I like. There were a lot of upgrades. The camera work was great. I guess the CGI with the monster's face, that was amazing. So we got Grandma changing form. she needs to change back. So we also got them streaking as well. So the monsters were screaming this episode. I remember them saying in season 2, I can't remember, that as soon as they found the talisman, they stopped streaking, right? Something like that. So I wonder why they started screaming again. Of course, my guy, the Milkman, he eviscerates this cow, and then he proceeds to transform as well. He looks even uglier. But what caught me was going to the barn. We had I guess you can say he's a professor or something like that. He changed form. We didn't see the cowboy change form. He kept this cool. Y'all think the cowboy is going to change form? I want to see him change form. And he seems like the new leader. Move over Smiley, right? So yeah. And of course, we already know what happened. Let's go ahead. Let's play the drop for Cowboy, man.
You don't fucking break me. That's what she said.
That's what you said. Matter of fact, Boyd, I think I need to take.
You don't fucking break me.
I'm taking this off the soundboard until you put some more points on the board. I need you to get something. Drop a couple bodies. I said I need it in my reaction, which is up, by the way. I reacted to the end of the episode, so y'all go check that out if you haven't. I said, boy, it needs to put at least 5 monsters into the dirt, and you will be redeemed. Because right now, it's not looking good. You took an L this episode, but it is what it is. So anyway, they hold him down. We all know the ending of the episode. Miss Lou, of course. So yeah, skinned her alive. What was she saying towards the end? From what y'all have been saying, Kenny's gonna be alone or something like that. That's not me just going off context clues. Okay, he was saying, you're so strong, and then she started speaking in Cantonese, and then he said, okay, keep saying it. So I would figure it would be something that would be motivating for her, is what she would be saying. My thought was she was saying the Lord's Prayer, because I remember she was supposed to be Christian. So that's what I initially thought she was saying in Cantonese. But apparently she's just saying Kenny's going to be alone, something like that. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this episode 301 review. Let me know your thoughts, theories down below. I will be seeing you guys for the episode 2 trailer and promo photos. If you haven't already, make sure to slap that like button. All right, guys. See you guys later. Peace out.